up going a little longer than I anticipated, but hopefully. Are you still feeling are you still feeling like this is valuable to you? Are you getting some good information here? Let me know. I just need it for my own personal edification, really. So even if you think that you aren't interesting, and I got this email just today, I can never tell stories in mine because I'm not interesting. One of the reasons you write novels or nonfiction is because you have the ability to convey basic things in extraordinary ways. You have the ability to make sure that even if you're talking about math, or you're talking about physics, or you're talking about cats, you can talk about them in ways that are very, very interesting, and the readers will like them. So if you can do that, you can tell a 250-word story in an email. One of the ways I do this, and it looks like people are getting some value, Jasmine, Sharita, Cassandra, Olivia. Okay, good. I am glad. Stacy says this could last another 2 hours and I'd love it. I really do appreciate that. If it does last 2 more hours, Riley's probably going to make about 5 more appearances. So figuring out your offer first is really, really helpful. So if, for instance, you are writing an email about trying to get more reviews, this can help you to figure out a contextually relevant story related to reviews. Like, for instance, maybe you start this email with your story. Oh, one time I got a review. I was ready to quit writing. We all have that moment, right? I was ready to quit writing. And I decided instead, because I got this amazing review, I decided to stick with it. And I'm glad I did. We all kind of have that story, but that doesn't mean the readers have heard it. So we can say, we start this, I was ready to quit. And then I received something I never would have expected that helped me last for the next 3 years. But more on that later. Then you come in with your offer. So it's always that, but more on that later, or I'll share exactly what happened below. I love that formula because then you have this offer in there. I have one of the things that sustain me is being able to read my reviews. Could you please leave a review on the first book of this series if you've written it? You can make it honest, etc. Call to action. Click here to leave an honest review today. So, as you can probably tell, one of the reviews is the very thing that saved my author career. And so you're going into this whole narrative that should be true and should be honest, that this thing that you want people to take action on ties directly into something emotional with you. And it incentivizes the reader to take action on that very thing. Now, it all needs to be above the board. It should all be honest. But this is how you connect up the story that you're telling with the offer that you want to provide. So you place that offer right after the cliffhanger in your email. Notice how a lot of this is tying right up in with your hooks. You place the offer, and then at the end of the story, you connect it up with the question. Like, you can make it a relevant to reviews question. What's the best book you've read this year? And it gets them thinking about really good books they've read. And if they think, hey, your book is really good, maybe that incentivizes them even further to take action on the offer that you want them to take action on. So how do you make that offer really sound good? You got to sell it. You got to pitch it. Like, I want to get the kind of the audience in on this. How many of you have asked readers to leave a review without having reviewed any product or service this year? Like, you've said, please leave a review. It's really important, but you have not left a review on any restaurants you've gone to or services you've gone through. It's okay. Like if you're definitely one of those, I totally understand because we've all absolutely been there. But if, and the reason you haven't left that review, Kelsey says, well, the reason you haven't left that review is because the business you've interacted with hasn't sold you enough on this thing. I went into a coffee shop, Jonathan, mea culpa. I went to a restaurant where they were incentivizing the servers with a 2-week paid vacation. If you leave a review and you mention me, I can potentially win this contest. Now, we can't incentivize reviews in the same way. Thad, guilty. Lise does do reviews. Jake, so true. Walt does a good job there. So you need to, like, you can incentivize, but you can add heart to it. Like, I left a review at that restaurant because the experience was personalized for me. And that's the way you sell your offer. So tap into the heart. They help indie authors in need. They help me in need. It's not just indie authors. It's me. They help me. And I always use clear calls to action. So click here and type in your review on the next page to lend me a helping hand today. How could you say no to that call to action? How could you do that? You can't. So we do have folks who are leaving reviews. You do a great job. Way to go. I also leave reviews on products and services. So that is going to help you to sell that free offer. Now, the question. Online marketer Gary Vee once said something that really stuck with me. When you're trying to find new readers while not responding to your existing ones on Facebook, on your emails, is like giving them a big middle finger. He said something worse because Gary Vee has a potty mouth, but this really struck me because we're always out there trying to find new readers, doing big promos, running ads, and then we get an email and it falls off our plate. We don't respond to them for a week or two. Meanwhile, we ran ads to try to get new people, but we didn't take care of our existing people. And I've definitely done this, and I feel terrible about it when I do. And this does not mean a like on a comment. This means responding to every comment is kind of how he's talking about it. So I don't know if I'd say it's a big middle finger, but it does put things in perspective. Asking a question in your email is one way to get readers to ask you questions so that you can respond with your answers. Now, it still surprises me to this day. And I know I'm a busy guy. I'm a B-list self-publishing celebrity, so people are impressed when I actually respond to something. But so many people will say, oh, wow, I didn't expect a response. And so when you go that extra mile, it puts you in a whole different category of author, an author who is willing to connect with his or her readers. So every email that you write, Walt says, oh, I have a couple of emails to subscribe to respond to. I'm right there with you. Every email you write should have a question toward the end to get those relationships unfurled. So how do you go above and beyond with your email? The most common complaint I hear is, I don't want to overwhelm their inboxes. They get enough emails already. We need to leave that attitude at the curb because it's not an imposition for these potential fans to receive more than one email a month, especially if your email is good, if your writing is solid and they like reading it. So during my ad challenge, I sent out 15 different emails over 3 weeks, and some of you here read every single one of them. And if you didn't read all 15 of them and you did come in from one of the last couple challenges, you're still here. Can you take that to heart? You are still on the email list of a person who sent you 15 emails in 3 weeks. I'm not saying you should send 15 emails in 3 weeks, but I am saying you should consider that I sent a whole bunch of emails and a lot of people didn't unsubscribe. So you could probably send more than you're sending. If you put in time and effort into using and adapting this formula to your emails, then you will start to see true fans emerge. So keep that in mind. So I am going to head over here and take a look at my own emails. I am just getting that set up over here. And I'm just squeezing down here real quick to make sure something is working from the technical difficulties earlier. And then we will get up these email lists. All right, great. So let me share my screen here, you guys. And thanks again for putting up with some of the technical riffraff here. Here we go. Now, Aweber counts every subscriber, so I don't actually have 57,000, but I have over 30,000 subscribers. So I want to take a look at some of my lists. I have a whole lot of lists, but let's take a look at, we'll do the nonfiction people first. Let's take a look at my onboarding sequence for people who sign up for one of my webinars. So here is, you may have seen some of these emails in the past. Let me zoom in a bit here. So right off the bat, I send people a confirmation. Did you get my email? Did you get the link to my webinar? Here is the link. The next thing, a day later, here is the replay. A day later, notice this is 3 emails in 3 days. This is where I pitch them. They've gotten the webinar, they've gotten the webinar replay. Now I have 3 emails saying, would you like to take me up on my offer? This one has testimonials in it. And this one has kind of the last chance. Let's see if I've got anything interesting in these emails. So I'm going to read this for you. I'm fortunate enough to have sold over 100,000 books. I've also hit the USA Today bestseller list on 3 separate occasions. Going through the journey from unpublished to self-published to success has taught me a lot about what works and what doesn't. More on that below. Guys, I practice what I preach. That's why I'm excited to share the most up-to-date info I can on marketing your books. My Sell More Books Forever webinar replay is still up. You can watch the webinar replay. I go into the story, more about the story here, and then I have some sales pitch here for my offer. And then I have a testimonial here. Notice this is a long email. There's a lot happening in here. And this is one of those things where it's kind of like the old long form sales pages of the day. You can write a longer email than you think. I mean, if I break this down, email down, this is for nonfiction. I have the link to my offer. I have my story. I have a cliffhanger. I have the rest of my story. I have a link to a second offer. I have a testimonial with a story because the testimonial was a story, a link to the offer, more info on the offer, a link to the offer, and then a couple more links here at the bottom. There's a lot going on here. And you'd say, oh, well, maybe people see that and they go away forever. But I have a higher open rate on the next email. More people open, essentially the same, 40.6 to 40.7. People read the previous email, and even though it's really long, they come back and read more. So you can have a pretty long email and people will still potentially keep reading. Casey Lane, this was my pen name from a while back. And here is my fiction follow-up series. Welcome and a free novella. What's my Cinderella story? With a link to the freebie again. I talk a little bit more about myself and get people connected on social media. I talk about a little more about myself and pitch them on my book. And then I have my Get My Books Free Forever. So I just kind of want to show you here that this might not completely follow the formula exactly, but I have a story here that starts with, what is it about happily and ever afters that gets people so excited? And then I talk about myself, I have a question, and then I'm slyly throwing in, what did you think about that novella I sent you? Link. P.S. Here's the link again. And this gets me a lot of people who hadn't read the book, hadn't read the novella, to start reading it. So these are the kind of things you can do in your fiction and your nonfiction list. That will help. It's so easy to open. Well, you can take it out if you want, but I am still doing the class, Riley. Riley is taking out one of my new wrist guards here. Thank you. All right, you head back over with mommy, please. Thank you. I love you. Bye. All right. So with all of that in mind, let's head back over to, now that we're way beyond where I thought we would be time-wise, let's head back in here, wrap things up so we can get to the Q&A session. How do hooks and emails work together? Well, a strong hook is going to help you run ads and gather new readers. If a reader reads all the way to the back of your book, after buying your book, they could join your email list from there, or you could be promoting it in some kind of big group promotion. When that reader has joined your list, they're going through your automatic email sequence. And those automatic emails help turn someone who randomly stumbled on your book, thought your hook sounded interesting, bought your book, you turn them into what was once a random browser into someone who leaves reviews and buys books. And it's not 100% certainly, but it isn't 0% either. You are, as you get more and more people onto your list, you are going to get more and more people who leave reviews and who buy books. Thank you, Riley. Riley was bringing me my empty coffee cup. So when you have more reviews and you have more people on your list who are just generally spreading the word, they're spreading the word of mouth, it's going to help your book get seen by strangers. Those strangers then see your hook and the cycle starts all over again. Now, and remember, I'll give it another second. So that it's the circle of life with your subscribers. You've got your hook. Get some of those people who buy your book to your email list. The automatic emails get you more reviews, which help you get future sales. And the cycle continues. Circle of life. I want you to please remember, this isn't just theory. My hooks have helped me run more effective ads to my books. Some of them get a sale every 3 or 4 clicks, so I know the hook is solid. My emails have allowed me to find my fans, allowed me to give them entertainment on the fiction side, education on the nonfiction side, everything that they deserve to have. I've also been able to carve out a 6-figure career as an author, a teacher, and a coach on the back of this copywriting, on the back of the emails that I send out. And I hope after today you see a clearer path to do something similar, to see how hooks in emails fit into that process for you. So what is this all about? Look, we all are looking for connection, especially during this time. And if you can find ways to connect with new readers and get your existing readers to care more about you, that is a good thing. And you can pull those off with copywriting. So by having these words set up on your blurbs, ads, and automatic emails, you create this automated system because the hooks are out there. If you're running ads to them, it's basically automated. Your email list, setting that up to be automated. It all helps you to build stronger relationships. And your efforts to connect help you to get more sales, more subscribers, and more reviews. It's not quick, but the more effort you put into it, the more you get out of it. And continuing to collect those important indicators of author success allow you to launch bigger. They allow you to advertise more effectively. They allow this to be something that cumulatively grows with every step that you take in the process. So I'm not sure why you took today's class, but I hope you get the power of strong copywriting, why it's important. I hope you understand that blurbs and emails, these aren't the kind of things you just save for a rainy day. They're tangible marketing tools that can help you to get more sales now and into the future. And if you do become more consistent with your copywriting, you can use that information to take your career to the next level. So here's the essential question. How do I learn more from Brian about writing better hooks and stronger emails to help me connect with readers? Well, you always have the two options. You can do it slow using trial and error, some of what I've taught you, not this week, today, this 24-hour period. Or you can do it quickly with a very special offer on some deeply discounted training programs. But I do want your permission. I want to make sure this is something you might be interested in. Do you want to hear more about this offer? Do you want to hear more? Just type YES that you are interested in hearing about it. And if you are interested in hearing about it, then I will keep the party rolling. We always have someone saying no, which I appreciate, JB. But we have some yeses. We have a lot more yeses than nos, fortunately. And Mara, you are showing up in the questions. Yes, 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 yes. Many yeses. Wunderbar. So, I love this quote. It really connects with me. Forget what we became, focus on what we're capable of becoming. And I think we're always growing, we're always improving. I know I'm always trying to. I look at all of this as having a beginner mindset, you guys. There's a lot I have to learn. Obviously, one of the things I have to learn is to try to get all the bugs out of the system before I start a webinar. But I'm always looking to improve, and I'm always looking to provide opportunities for improvement as well. So I want to introduce a very special discount offer. So I've created a lot of courses. I think my first course ever created back in 2012 for Udemy. I actually won a contest and won an engraved iPad that I gave to my wife. I've been addicted to creating courses ever since. And some of them are out of date. But since copywriting and email marketing haven't changed significantly in a long time, my courses on writing hooks and writing emails are as relevant in 2020 as they were a couple years ago when I created them. But I do no longer offer support on those top of the line products. So that's a negative. But a positive is because I am not offering the support, but I still do have these large chunks of 4 or 5 hour courses with good information, I can offer them at a lower price than I've ever sold them before. And I was really, really interested, especially given the current climate. I know people have lost jobs. I had mentioned during the challenge, my wife lost her job. I know people are struggling, so I wanted to give the opportunity to take some of these courses at a price they've just never been offered at before. So let me tell you about the Hook Intensive. This is a course on writing short, effective copy for your ads and your book descriptions. It's 5 step-by-step comprehensive modules on connecting with new readers through some of the formulas that Best Page Forward has used to write over 2,500 book descriptions. It's the easiest way to go from ads and blurbs that aren't working, that aren't getting those people on board, into campaigns that sell you more books and get you new readers. So what is the How to Optimize Your Email List course? This is also a 5-module course, writing better emails, getting new subscribers. It is one of the best how-to courses that are from a teacher who have had major success. It's not just some guy around the block with an email course. It is a guy who has over 30,000 email subscribers teaching an email course. It is one of the most affordable deep dives into the story offer question formula for turning existing readers into superfans. So these help you to upgrade from the old jalopy to something that converts a whole lot better. So what is included? There's 5 modules in each, so it's 10 course modules in total, over 5 hours of material between them. I have a feeling it's actually closer to 8. There are slides for each of the videos, and there's a simple interface to download the courses to watch on your own time. These are so stripped down, they're literally just living in like a Google Drive. So authors have really enjoyed my teaching in the past. Jamie has said my programs have helped walk him through everything, ready to crush it. And Deborah says, I'm more than Mr. Book Description, more than Mr. Amazon Ad Guy, has some serious marketing chops. So in short, instead of struggling to get ads to run, you'll get, or struggling to get your, I think I maybe misplaced that one. Instead of struggling to write copy, you'll get the step-by-step instruction you need to succeed. So how much are these courses? How do I get started? I used to sell these courses for around $197 each, but I was really only offering them as a bonus when I ran affiliate deals for courses that cost over $400. And taking other courses on email marketing and copywriting could cost you as much as $600. But today, I am offering the Hook Writing Intensive, usually $197, for $49, or 3 easy payments of $19.99. And you can bundle that course, not a custom book description. That's wrong. You can bundle the course and get the Optimize Your Email course as well for $79, or 3 payments of $29.99. So belay the order on the custom book description. That is not actually part of the deal. So you can go to sellingforauthors.com/May20 to order your bundle today. Here's the old part of the program where I hope that the links that have been causing me troubles all day start to work. So click here to order your bundle today. And we test it and we see if it works, and we pray to the internet deities, and it looks like it is currently working. So let me tell you a little bit more about this before we get to the Q&A. I do have an even more special offer. I have done a lot of webinars in my time, but whenever new folks find out about me through my challenges, they've missed out on a ton of great information on book marketing. That is why I'm opening up the Vault, which is 9 of my best webinars of all time, all in one place. And so you can get both of the courses as well as 9 additional classes from the vault for $99 or 3 payments of $39.99. So that is at sellingforauthors.com/May 20. So that picture isn't really relevant. I forgot to take the new screenshots. But when you buy the hook course, you're getting that 5-module course. You're also getting a bonus cheat sheet for hooks. This is the genre templates for different genres, value of $97. So that's a value of $294 for just $49. When you buy the bundle, you're getting the hook course, the cheat sheet, optimize your email list course, value of $491 for just $79. And when you buy the vault, the 3-pack with the vault and the 2 courses, you are getting a value of $788 for just $99 or 3 payments of $39.99. But that's not all. If you order in the next 6 days, I am opening up another thing from behind the scenes, my self-publishing letters. I create every email that I write to provide you value and inspiration. So I'm collecting 25 of my best emails to share as part of this special offer. If you're new to me, you've never seen these before, you can use these emails as templates for your fiction and your nonfiction lists. So this is a $97 value included when you order any of the packages. So when you add those letters, it ups the value across the board. If you're frustrated that I didn't have a chance to look at your hook earlier, and you're worried that I'm not going to get a chance to look at your hook during the Q&A session, if you order now, I am going to do a live hook gauntlet. This is a live session, and I'm going to go through every single hook for every single book you want to share. As long as you've got hooks for me to analyze and make suggestions on, I will keep providing advice for 90 minutes, 120 minutes, 150 minutes, as many as we need for me to analyze all of your hooks. And if you can't make it to that live session, I'll even take your hook ahead of time. So that's $197 value that's yours free when you order in the next 30 minutes. If you're watching the replay, just send me the timestamp that you see on the replay page in order to claim the bonus. So when you add the gauntlet, it just silly amounts of value, over $1,000 for $99 for the vault one. Just go to sellingforauthors.com/May 20. So there is a money back guarantee on a 30-day money back guarantee for these courses. And to sum it up, if you want to write better copy, bring in new readers, get them excited, these deeply discounted programs could make a major difference for much less than the usual price. You're getting at least the hook course and the bonuses, as well as the email course and the vault if you decide to upgrade. So right now, go to sellingforauthors.com/May 20. Click the button if you're watching the replay. Click add to cart under the right option there. Enter your info. Click whatever you want. add your payment info there, and then you'll be set. And then you'll have access to all of the courses that you paid for. Now it is time for the Q&A. Realizing this still doesn't have the right picture on it, so I'll just go back to this. So we are here. Nola just bought the vault. Thank you so much. Shelly, yes, everything in package 2 is in package 3. Thank you, Jules, for signing up. Wendy says you are so freaking generous. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it, Wendy. Yep, Lynn, we have 6 days. Thank you, Eric. Eric just got the vault. Wendy, I have the vault list somewhere. Let me see if I can go find that. The vault. Here's some of the classes in the vault. Big Bucks on Your Backlist workshop, the Blurb to Market workshop, how to sell more books on Amazon forever, how to get more reviews and royalties in 2020 and beyond, the Amazon ad makeover, catching up to the many changes of the Amazon ad platform, the missing steps of self-publishing and how to fix them, the self-publishing decisions that will help you sell more books. Watch us rewrite a book description live, and the 3 forgotten essentials of selling more books. Justin, I appreciate it, sir. I appreciate it. Michelle asks, are these included in the mastermind program? Michelle, I could probably do that for you, certainly. So I will do that for you if you buy the mastermind program. Tim asked, do you have an offer on buying a book description today? There is an offer on the Vault page if you check that out. But I will let you know that I am going to be doing a book description promotion next month. So keep an eye out for that. Let's see. All right, we've got some of the new hooks coming in. I get must be a typo there for the 10 blurbs. Let me check that out. That's a really funny typo if it is. Let's see. Oh, it's not a typo. You get 1 best page forward description blurb and 10 hooks. You don't get 10 blurbs. I was like, I have a typo? I didn't think so. All right. Let's look at some of these. And thank you to everybody who purchased. I truly, truly do appreciate it. I hope that you find these extremely helpful. And before I jump into the hooks, let me just thank everybody. I want to thank Adrian. I want to thank Irene. I want to thank Kimberly Ann. Let's see. I just like to thank everybody. Thank you, Morticia. Thank you, Luke. Thank you guys so much. I'm really excited to be able to share this with you, and I hope you find it extremely helpful. So let's go over to, I'm going to split this out. Got about 12. Matt just vaulted. Jay, if you can't find the button to purchase, I'm not exactly sure. You can always email me at Brian@sellingforauthors and we can take a look. I'm going to go through as many of these as I can, you guys. I do have a meeting to get to in 12 minutes. Azrael never loved anything until he met Kay. Now Lucifer has her and she's going to die. Will Azrael find her in time or lose her forever? I'd see if I could take out the proper nouns, Amir. And it's nice to see you, sir. I would try to take out the proper nouns a little bit, maybe only leave 1 in there. And the "and she's going to die," if it sounds like it's already a foregone conclusion. Maybe she has hours left to live or something like that. Alrighty. Am I actually sharing this? No. Sorry about that. I was like, I don't see this outline around here that would show that I'm sharing it. Here you go, Amir. That's what I was talking about. All right. From Jill. Fleeing recent heartbreak, Adelaide embraces a new life in the West. Jackson's internal scars are more painful than the external. Can love heal the wounds of their hearts before they both give up on each other? I would flip this: before they give up on themselves, can love heal the wounds of their hearts? End with the love. End with the love. Adelaide is starting over. Jackson has internal scars that have never healed. Like that sort of thing in order to cut it down. Because if we put this into word counter, I would bet it's going to come up real close. Yeah, it's too long there. We want to keep it under 149 so we can run ads on it. So that's how I would take that one. Marcia. Can an injured race car driver who believes he's lost everything and a service dog trainer who's loved him for years forge a future with the help of a pint-sized canine? So as you can tell, it's a little bit long, so it's tough to say in without having to pause to breathe. So I would try to split this up into 2 or 3 sentences. It has the makings of something strong there, Marcia. But you could say an injured race car driver, a service dog trainer who's loved him for years. Will a pint-sized canine help them forge a future together? So it's a little bit tightening and a little bit rearranging. Jane asked, what do you suggest doing to transition from an announcement-only email approach to a more interactive approach? Just start emailing more, create a new list. I would start emailing a little bit more, Jane. And then I would see if you notice any changes there. I would go really heavily on trying to get people to respond. Jane, so like go real deep on those questions and see if people start responding. And if they don't, maybe you are going to need to start a new list. How would you go about writing a hook for a series blurb? So, Irene, more often than not, a blurb for like something like a box set is going to be really similar to the blurb of book 1, especially if it's a narrative series. So if it's a narrative series, you don't want to spoil book 2. So a lot of times I would just recommend book 1. Vela, about responding to Goodreads reviewers, I would just respond to good ones. I would just respond to happy ones there. I would not respond to any negative ones. I would just respond with thank you. That's it. Let's see. All Bentley wanted to do was go to the moon, but on his way, ouch, who threw that banana? So it's interesting, you sharing this context beforehand. The fact that you need to share the context means it's not clearly enough. So a hippo wants to go to the moon, but a monkey has taught him that sharing might be way more important. You know, like something like that. I love writing hooks for kids' books. I think they're just so cute. Susan, how relevant is the package for nonfiction? Susan, I would say that it's more geared toward fiction, but there is nonfiction training within there. So I would say 30% nonfiction. I would say it would still be helpful for you. Hetty, really appreciated the info. Happy to share. Joris, where can we get the slides? So I'm going to really quickly get that set up for you guys because the slides don't currently exist. But I'll get that set up and I will get it for you before the end right here. Wendy's getting the vault. Thank you. So you can't see other people's screens. It's just one of the things about GoToWebinar. If we hit send to all, it shows everything. Oh, Diane, thank you so much. Diane says, after following so many of your free webinars, looks like I'll buy one of your classes right now. Well, thank you guys. That's super appreciative. Jennifer would like that link up again. That is sellingforauthors.com/May 20. So let me real quick, I'm going to try to set up these wonderful slides. and I will critique a blurb in the meantime. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, you guys can share your, you guys can share what you have. Pam, I would try again. I'm not sure why you were having trouble getting in. Ooh, this looks like a fun one, JL. I'm excited about this one. So let's pull this in. Okay. A botched insemination brings a teacher and a millionaire together. Can Winter and Grayson deal with this unforeseen situation and find their way to love? So I think you lose me in the really heavy syllables portion, JL. Unforeseen situation does not seem as unforeseen situation is not really working very well because it has so many syllables. So because unforeseen situation and botched insemination is kind of funny, so it works, but unforeseen situation is too long. And then the fact that you don't have any names until we get to the last portion makes me struggle with the names in the third. I would absolutely I would absolutely leave the names out if you can stand it, because I think that is going to have more impact than putting the names in. If you're going to have the names, you got to have them from the beginning. You don't want to be introducing names towards the end. Let's see. I saw this one earlier, Maura, so I'm excited to take it on. I'm only going to have time for a couple more. As a reminder, if you buy the course at any level, just the hook course, the email and the hook course, or the vault and the hook course and the email, we will be having the hook gauntlet live. So let's go back to here. So if he finds her, he will kill her. Jesse's on the run from a vicious madman, but trusting the former Navy SEAL, trying to protect her, could destroy everything she's worked for. See, the problem is with this one, the problem is that the stakes are what she's worked for. But I don't know what those are. I don't know what those stakes are. I just know that there seem to be some big life or death stakes, but then it's about what she worked for. So I don't really know what that's all about. I am going to post here. Here is the link to these slides. So we would really try to make it about life or death situation at the end. The vicious madman trying to kill her, that's more important than her work, which we don't know anything about. Kate, you're probably going to be my last one here, but thank you guys so much. Sorry I wasn't able to get to everything. I blame myself for taking too long on the webinar. But let's give a round of applause to Quinn and Brittany answering questions there in the chat. We couldn't have done this without them. Abandoned on a hostile planet, colonists struggle to build their lives, but first they've got to survive. Great ending here, Kate. But let's not make it plural. Abandoned on a hostile planet, colonist Bob struggles to build his life. But first, he's got to survive. We would still want what he wants, which we don't really have here. We don't really have what does he want. We only have, I mean, maybe a little bit. He wants to build his life. Maybe we say for a reason. Abandoned on a hostile planet, colonist Bob struggles to build his life after tragedy. Something, you know, a little bit there for what he wants. But first, he's got to survive. By making it singular rather than plural, we get a lot more out of it. So I'm going to bring us back to the PowerPoint real quick. I'm going to re-copy in the link to join one of these offers today. And I'm going to bring us back in here. I just really want to thank you guys for taking the time today. Obviously, there's a lot wrong on this slide, but sellingforauthors.com / we'll actually go back here. Sellingforauthors.com / May 20. It's wonderful to be able to talk to you today. I truly, truly do appreciate Sarah. You're killing me, Smiles. Just joined the vault. Anyone who I did not get to answer their question, but who did join the vault, Royla, I actually just did comment on yours, so I'm really sorry that you missed it. But we will try to have more support next time around so that we can get to every single person. But I really do appreciate y'all. Patrick asked, when is the Hook Gauntlet? This will probably take place in the first week of June, if not the last week of May. So I really, really do appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care, everybody.